I'm not usually one to talk about whether or not one game is better than another, but today I would like to answer a simple question. Is Marvel Rivals genuinely a better game than Fortnite? I've taken my time and talked to multiple people I know who have spent the last 9 years playing Fortnite, and have either completely left it for Rivals or just play Rivals significantly more than they do Fortnite today. And hopefully, with some of the answers that they gave me, we can figure out whether or not Rivals is just a better game as of today than what Fortnite is. Fortnite as a mode has been oversaturated since early Chapter 5, when the metaverse modes began rolling out, which has led to too many game modes in my opinion. Some of those modes, such as Rocket Racing, Fall Guys Crown Jam, and Festival Battle Stage, as well as Ballistic, have been removed or are set to be removed. Marvel Rivals doesn't have this issue, or not nearly as bad as a game like Fortnite does. While Rivals does have separate game modes other than the public and competitive matchmaking that every game has today, such as the newly added Blood Hunt game mode and previously Marvel Zombies, there isn't nearly as many, and they're different enough from other stuff in the game to distinguish themselves from each other, as well as most other games, compared to something like Blitz and Reload to Main BR, where they're just kind of slightly different, but they're still fundamentally the exact same thing. Fortnite is a game that was created on FOMO, or the fear of missing out, that has led the Fortnite community to gatekeeping, quote unquote, their cosmetics. Whereas Marvel Rivals, the FOMO isn't the selling factor, the skins themselves are. The quality of those skins, at least. Another issue with Fortnite is the way the battle passes work. Once it's gone, you lose out on the ability to claim battle pass rewards that you paid for. Isn't that scummy? Marvel Rivals battle pass system is superior in my opinion, because it doesn't rely on FOMO to keep you playing for long periods of time. Because the passes, such as event passes and the battle pass, are not time locked, which is such an important thing to make players just enjoy playing the game rather than feel like they have to grind out challenges and XP like Fortnite does, or Call of Duty and whatnot, other games that have battle passes. Before every season, Marvel Rivals releases what they call a dev vision, which shows the players, creators, and general community what to expect for the season. This generally includes first looks at new heroes, maps, modes, and features, as well as balancing updates. This has become a staple of the Rivals community to the point where if they stopped doing it, the community would probably riot. On top of all of that, they release a roadmap and a much more detailed version of the character balancing on their website every season. This isn't something we've seen from Fortnite in 7 years since the introduction of the reboot van. In Fortnite's Twitter, rarely post stuff that is news relevant. Fortnite news usually comes from leakers and a handful of important developers, which has led to the community feeling left in the dark at times, and it doesn't really feel like Epic takes the players' opinions and thoughts into consideration a lot of the time. Most people I know have complained time and time again about the sheer amount of collaborations in the game, with zero real reason behind them. Most people want clarity from the people they're giving their money to, as well as, the thought that their opinions are actually being pushed to the developers rather than just into the void. Marvel Rivals is a game that releases a new season monthly, and with that comes balancing, team-ups, and most importantly, a new hero that will undeniably be meta for the first 2 seasons. That's not something you can say about Fortnite. Very rarely do they have complete meta shifts within a season. Mind you, a season of Fortnite can last anywhere from 2 to 4 months with potentially nothing for a good half of the season to spice up gameplay. Marvel Rivals consistently adjusts and changes the way that the meta flows, and it usually takes in player criticisms to a degree, which isn't something you can say about Fortnite. especially when most of their hardcore players and community are constantly asking for Fortnite to bring back older, better weapons rather than having the same shitty remodel for the sake of having a quote-unquote new pump shotgun and assault rifles. The approach that Marvel Rivals generally takes is significantly more content creator friendly as well, always having new modes and heroes to cover for content. You can argue that it comes down to Fortnite being around for significantly longer, being around for what is going to be 9 years this year in 2026, whereas Marvel Rivals has only been around for a little over a year, releasing in December of 2024. One of the many upsides that Marvel Rivals has over Fortnite, as well as many other hero shooters, is it is clearly based around the Marvel Comics IP, which is massive, and it allows it to use all of its characters, designs, and much more from the comics, movies, and TV shows. A major upside to Rivals is the ability to immerse yourself into the game, and it really makes you feel like the character that you chose to play as opposed to running around as Spider-Man with a shotgun in Fortnite. Well, yes, Fortnite has a million and one collabs. It's not the same as playing the character with the personality, moveset, and feeling of whatever hero you want to play as. With everything that I've said so far, that's why I think many people have subsequently moved over to Marvel Rivals instead of staying on Fortnite. As for many, it is just a better experience in the moment. With that being said, I don't think Fortnite is a bad game by any means. It is still one of the most played and most successful games in history. But Rivals is an incredibly strong game that does a lot right and is very community driven, with many people loving the game and it having a cult fan base, as well as it just being based on one of the most popular IPs to ever exist. I mean, they have frickin' Spider-Man. But in all seriousness, if you really like this video and you want to subscribe and help the video and maybe even share it so more people can see it and, learn why many people have moved over to Marvel Rivals and left Fortnite, that would help the video a lot. This is a brand new channel, so any views or anything helps a lot actually. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all of the stuff that your parents' favorite YouTuber has told you to do. And thank you for watching.